work that the financing needs to meet all of the SDGs are quite significant. In fact, to the extent that they're way beyond the means of the government to do on its own, or the public sector to be able to do on its own. Therefore, we envisage significant inputs by the private sector into helping Ghana, into helping all other countries to be able to meet the SDGs. The needs are way beyond the means of the public sector. One could say, well, the government can continue to borrow, but I think we all know in the case of Ghana that the debt levels are indeed extremely high, to the extent that Ghana we assess to be already debt distressed. So borrowing is not really the solution. Part of the solution will be the private sector, and in particular the financial sector, being able to get funds, deploy funds for specific services. One such area would be financial inclusion, and here we see non-bank financial institutions as playing a key role, giving access to finance in rural areas, giving finance access to women in particular. As you mentioned, Dr. Usu, a significant proportion of women are yet to receive support, financial support, that is. I also like to point out that it's not just the microfinance institutions that support access to finance. We should also look at what the banks themselves, the commercial banks, can do. We know that there is quite a bit of non-performing loans, but nevertheless, the assets held by banks in Ghana at about 47% of GDP is actually quite significant, and those assets could be deployed further to help achieve the SDGs. What I'd like to maybe summarize at this point is that SDGs, meeting the SDGs, is not the role for the government only. It's a collective responsibility. It's a responsibility that involves the private sector, involves development partners, and of course, involves the government, as I mentioned earlier. We would like to see a bigger role played by financial institutions in Ghana. For example, green lending techniques that we believe, as part of the corporate social responsibility, more could be done. And it's not only about profit, but it's also about ensuring that all members of the community are brought up. It's not charity, because the more you can have, the more you can increase the incomes of people, the better your business will be. And so, as Dr. Dom mentioned, it's about reaching out to people, ensuring that they all have the resources to be able to plow back into the economy.